As citizens, we have two opportunities for service in the judicial branch of government, by voting and by serving as jurors. Just as voters need information before casting their ballots, we thought you might like some information about jury service before you are selected to serve. First, you may wonder why so many of you are here. We are required by statute to make available 36 jurors, from which to select the 12 who will sit on the jury in a criminal case. In a civil case, the 12 jurors are selected from a pool of 30. Trial jurors, also called petit jurors, are selected to serve on a particular case by the process of elimination. That is, the attorneys for each side will have an opportunity to ask jurors questions. The questions are designed to reveal information about the jurors, which the lawyers may find useful in selecting a jury that they believe will be the best jury for that case. The final 12 are selected when the attorneys have excused all other jurors from that particular case. And remember, although you may be excused from service on one or more cases, you could be called on later in the week to serve in another case. No specific answer can be given about how long you may have to serve on jury duty. You will be kept informed by the court administrator's office with daily announcements. Whenever possible, a call-in system will be used to notify you whether or not to come in on a particular day. Be assured that your presence is helping to move the business of the court, although at times you may feel nothing is being accomplished by what may seem like a great deal of waiting. We would now like to take you into one of our Superior Court courtrooms. Because court proceedings are open to the public, the courtrooms have seating for spectators. This is the jury box. The jury selected for a particular case sits here during the taking of testimony. You should be aware that the jury will be excused from the courtroom from time to time during the trial. On some occasions, you'll be excused because the judge has declared a recess, which is a general suspension of the proceedings for lunch, a rest break, or overnight. Please remember to keep your juror badges on at all times to avoid possible conflicts on a case. At other times, you may be excused from the courtroom because the judge must make certain rulings concerning the conduct of the trial, which the law requires be considered outside your presence. The jurors may only hear testimony and review evidence which the judge has ruled admissible. The judge will sit behind the bench during the trial. The court clerk is the official record keeper for the courts and performs certain administrative duties during the trial, such as maintaining the documents and physical evidence. The court reporter is trained to record the testimony taken during the trial and to transcribe notes of the testimony after the trial if needed. The parties, that is, the persons involved in the case, will sit here with their respective attorneys. The bailiff helps maintain order in the courtroom and assists the judge, the parties, and the attorneys by escorting the jurors to and from the courthouse, calling witnesses into the courtroom when needed, and other tasks of a similar nature. The judge will instruct the jurors regarding when you may be excused from the courtroom and other important announcements. The business of the court is conducted in a formal atmosphere, and eating, drinking, smoking, and reading are not allowed. Although each case is different, we would like to give you a general overview of how a case may proceed once you are chosen as a juror. Once the jury is selected, the judge will instruct you regarding your service on the case. Following the judge's instructions, the attorneys representing each party will have an opportunity to address the jury by making an opening statement, which is a general outline of what facts the testimony and evidence are expected to show. After the opening statements, witnesses will be called and testimony and evidence introduced. Following the evidence and testimony, the attorneys will make their closing arguments to the jury. These arguments are the views of each side concerning the conclusions to be drawn by the jury from the testimony and the evidence. Finally, the judge will charge the jury, that is, he or she will read to you those portions of our body of law which the judge has determined should govern your deliberations. Following the charge of the court, you'll retire to the jury room to deliberate. Certain documents and physical evidence may go into the jury room for your consideration if the judge considers it appropriate. When the verdict is read and published in open court, the judge will either dismiss or send you back to the jury room. At the end of your service, you'll receive a certificate showing that you served on jury duty and $25 per day for each day you were here. As a juror for the Cobb County Court, you have a unique opportunity to make a contribution to your community through our juror fee donation program. You can donate the $25 a day fee you receive for jury service to a designated area within the county, such as the Cobb County Animal Shelter, the Parks and Recreation Department, the Public Library System, or the Cobb County Senior Service Centers. We would now like to introduce the judges of the Superior Court. Judge Dorothy A. Robinson was the first woman to serve as a judge of a court of record in the state of Georgia when appointed in 1972 to the State Court of Cobb County. In 1980, she was the first woman to be elected as a Superior Court judge in the Cobb Judicial Circuit and has served as a Superior Court judge for 27 years. Judge George H. Krager has served on the Cobb Superior Court since 1984, following service as a member of the Georgia House of Representatives and as a state court judge. Judge Krager also serves as the presiding judge of the Cobb County Superior Court Drug Treatment Court. Judge Mary E. Staley was elected as a Superior Court judge in 1992, following service as magistrate judge in 1982 and election to the State Court of Cobb County in 1984. She was the 2001 recipient of the Joseph T. Tuggle Professionalism Award, Family Law Section, State Bar of Georgia. Judge James G. Bodiford was elected in July of 1994 as a Superior Court judge after serving as Chief Magistrate Judge of Cobb County from 1985 until 1994. Judge Bodiford has presided over 2 nationally televised criminal trials. He is the past president of the Council of Magistrate Court Judges of Georgia. Judge S. Lark Ingram has served on the Superior Court of Cobb County since 1995. Judge Ingram served as an Assistant United States Attorney for the Northern District of Georgia and as a Cobb County State Court judge prior to her service on the Superior Court of Cobb County. Judge Ken O. Nix is currently the longest continuously serving elected official in Cobb County and is presently serving as the Chief Judge of the Superior Court of Cobb County. Prior to his appointment to the Superior Court in 1995, he served as a state court judge for 12 years. Judge Nix was a member of the Georgia House of Representatives from 1973 to 1982. Judge Nix is the recipient of the prestigious Ogden Doremus Award, given for his contribution to the judicial, legal, and humanitarian communities. Judge Nix is currently serving on the Legislative Committee of the Superior Court Judges and the Cobb Hospital Authority. Judge Nix received the Cobb County Trial Lawyers Justice Award in 2005. Judge Robert E. Flournoy III engaged in the private practice of law in Cobb County for 20 years, handling general civil and criminal trial and appellate cases in all courts. His specialty was the practice of domestic relations. Judge Flournoy has served as a Superior Court judge since 2000. He was the 2005 recipient of the Cobb County Trial Lawyers Association's Justice Award, honoring Cobb County's Judge of the Year. Judge Adele P. Grubbs was a trial lawyer and former prosecutor in Cobb County from 1969 until her appointment to the Juvenile Court Bench in 1996. Judge Grubbs was elected to the Superior Court Bench in 2000. She was named Marietta's 2005 Citizen of the Year. Judge J. Stephen Schuster was the presiding judge of the Juvenile Court of Cobb County before his election to the Superior Court Bench in 2005. Judge Schuster has practiced law in Cobb County for over 25 years, including service as a former prosecutor. Judge Tane Kell was a partner in the law firm of Brock, Clay, Calhoun, and Rogers after practicing in the law firm of Troutman Sanders and the Attorney General's Office of the State of Georgia. In 2007, Governor Sonny Perdue appointed Judge Kell to the Superior Court of Cobb County. He was subsequently elected to that bench in 2008. Judge Kell is a 1980 graduate of Wheeler High School. He received his bachelor's degree and his law degree from the University of Georgia. The clerk of the Superior Court is J.C. Stevenson, who was a practicing attorney before being elected in 1984. The district attorney of Cobb County is Pat Head. He has served in this position since 1998. Neil Warren is the sheriff of Cobb County. A former chief deputy, he was appointed in 2004. The Cobb County Sheriff's Office has served citizens since 1833. In addition to general law enforcement responsibilities, the Office of the Sheriff is constitutionally required to serve and secure the courts and juries, operate and manage the county jail, and serve civil and criminal processes of all the courts in Cobb County. We hope your service on jury duty is a positive experience, and we will do our best to make you feel as comfortable as possible.